So here we are in southern Florida. It's February and it's 80 degrees. We're about to visit some more national park sites, and I tell you, it just does not get any better than this. Here we go. We got an early start on the day as we were very anxious to go see some new things. Our first destination for the day is the Shark Valley area in Everglades National Park, which is about an hour drive from where we're staying. Here we are turning onto US 41 West. The section of the road connecting Miami and Tampa is known as the Tamiami Trail. Along this route there are many attractions offering things such as airboat tours. I joked when we went by the sign saying that the parking lot was full because you always see those kind of signs at national parks, and what are you supposed to do about it anyway? But in this case there was actually some meaning behind it because the small lot at Shark Valley was full. As we approached the gate there was a sign there telling us that only one car would come in as one left. And I'd never seen that at a national park before, but that's how they were handling that situation. We braced ourselves for a long wait, but fortunately we were in after only a few minutes. I should add that it was a federal holiday when we were visiting. Upon arriving, our first order of business was a quick stop at the visitor center. After grabbing our passport stamps, we headed out to enjoy the main feature of the park, which is basically a 15-mile round-trip trail with a 2-story observation deck at the end. There really are 3 ways to do the trail at Shark Valley. You can take a tram, which is $28 per adult. You can rent bikes at $22 per person, or you can hoof it. We wanted more freedom than the tram offers, so we thought to rent bikes. Unfortunately, the people in line just before us got the last bikes available. Rather than wait an indefinite amount of time for a bike to be turned in, we decided to walk the trail. In hindsight, for us, I feel like walking was totally the way to go. It was a beautiful day and it was a nice, relaxing walk. We were able to take in more of the scenery, and I suspect that it's possible if we were on a bike we would have blown past some animals without even knowing it. One downside to walking is that we weren't able to cover the 7.5 miles it takes to get out to the observation deck, so we didn't get to see that view, but honestly we'd seen some good views the day before and I'm not really upset about missing that. Wildlife viewing at Shark Valley is off the charts, and that's one you're definitely going to want to hit up. Next on our agenda after Shark Valley was the Big Cypress National Preserve. Now this is one area where I'll admit I did not do enough research in advance. I had no clue how large the preserve is, the number of activities that are available, if they have camping, or anything of that nature. Basically, I was sleeping on it. As we approach the visitor center, we're going to find out all those things I did not know about the preserve. The first thing you see is these gators chilling out front, and these are the biggest gators that I saw in the entire trip. Now, I really have no idea if these alligators live here or if you'll always see them when you come. Well, maybe we just got lucky, but it felt like they were generally living there. It was only after watching this guy for a while that I really figured out that the alligator mainly uses his tail to propel himself through the water. Now, I don't know, I guess I just assumed that their legs were involved in doing some kind of paddling. Seeing alligators of this size, it's not at all difficult to imagine that they have relatives dating back to prehistoric times. This visitor center was really a highlight of the day. In addition to seeing the massive alligators, we actually got to watch a video, which that hasn't happened in years at a visitor center, so that was really cool. We learned a lot about the preserve. Also, we learned that this is one of the main areas where you'll find Florida panthers. Now, they're very rare and endangered. Of course, we didn't see any, and you're unlikely to, but it was interesting to know this is their primary habitat. National Preserve designation allows for a greater variety of uses, including recreational activities such as hunting or usage of off-road vehicles, as well as more private enterprises. Continuing along US 41, we came upon the Daniel Reed Visitor Center for Big Cypress, so we decided to stop because why not? Now, this was a smaller visitor center than the other one, and not as much to see or do, although there was a small boardwalk trail and they had a unique passport stamp, so we went ahead and grabbed that. Finally, we arrived at the last main area of Everglades National Park, which is the Gulf Coast Visitor Center. As the name suggests, the Gulf Coast area is located right on the Gulf Coast. Most of the things to do here are best accessed by boat or kayak, such as the 10,000 Islands. Now, we didn't have any reservations or any aquatic vessels, so we didn't do any of those things. But there was a small trail we went ahead and checked out and scoped out the area for potential future visitation. I did like this area, and when we do come back to Everglades National Park, I think I'll plan for at least 1 to 2 days to do some aquatic activities, either here or possibly at Flamingo, maybe do some kayaking or take a boat tour or something like that. The only other major thing in Everglades that we didn't see is the Loop Road, which is a scenic drive, and we just didn't have enough time in the day. Being winter, it starts getting dark early. I think that drive may take a few hours because it's pretty slow going, and we just weren't able to do it on this day. But we will be back, and we will do that another time on another visit. We had a full day, but it was time to start heading back to our campsite and go chill out our scamp. The ride back takes us through Homestead, some of the older, more historic areas of the town, which is kind of cool to see. Alright, so we had a good full day exploring the other sections of the Everglades National Park and also the big Cypress National Preserve, and that was cool. We're heading back to camp now. We decided to go ahead and stop again at Robert's here and grab another milkshake. Yesterday I had the Canistella, today I went with the black Sapote, I think is how you say it, Sapote, something like that, I don't know. Trying to try all the exotic stuff that I don't normally get to try, and again, like yesterday, this is also very tasty. It's weird, they describe it as like a chocolate pudding kind of flavor, and it is. I kind of thought it was hard to believe that a fruit would actually taste like chocolate, but it tastes like chocolate, and it's strange because when you drink it, you can taste like bits of the fruit, like seeds and stuff, so it's weird to have that kind of fruity texture with the flavor that's like not something I associate with fruit, but it's definitely good. Heading back to the camp now, gonna relax, chill out, and make some dinner in a little bit. Before actually going back to the campground, we decided to stop the Anhinga Trail because it's right there, and why not take a quick little stroll. Here's the bird which gives the trail its name. One thing I observed is that in later hours of the day, after the morning time, you do not see nearly as many vultures messing around with cars in the parking lot. Although we did have an amazing time doing all the things that we did on this day, this is my favorite part of the day, I think. Coming back to our scamp and chilling by our campsite and just relaxing and really just taking it easy. We fixed ourselves some dinner, relaxed by the fire for a little bit, and retired early to get ready for the next day. Thanks so much for watching and following along with us on our scamping road trip. Please like and subscribe to continue following along with us as there are more videos to come. because scamps like us are born to camp. Alright, guys. Later.